Aquaba, welcome. Whichever corner of earth you are watching from, I'm glad you're here. Today's story is one of those tales that at first feels like a simple fable. But if you really listen, there's something about it that lingers. Something that feels a little too familiar. Like it's happening, even now. It's the story of how wisdom, the very thing we rely on to make sense of this world, almost never made it to us at all. And of course, at the center of it all is Anansi, our trickster spider. Now, last time I shared how Anansi, through his cunning ways, managed to bring stories and wisdom to humanity. But what I didn't tell you is that when the sky god first entrusted that wisdom to Anansi, he didn't rush to share it. In fact, his first instinct was to keep it all to himself. Why? Because that's who Anansi is. He may be clever, calculated, but he's also overwhelmingly greedy. And that is where our story begins today. A long, long time ago, back when animals spoke like humans and magic drifted through the world like mist, all the wisdom that ever existed, every secret, every solution was contained inside a single clay pot. A pot Nyame had handed to Anansi. The moment Anansi got his 8 little legs on that pot, the possibilities, the power, it consumed him. In his mind, he wasn't just Anansi anymore. He was now the smartest, the most powerful, the one who no one would question. But only if he keep this wisdom to himself. In his quest to hide the pot, Anansi found the tallest tree in the entire forest. Its trunk stretched so high, it scraped the clouds. Its branches tangled like a spider's web in the sky. This would be the perfect hiding place, Anansi thought to himself. But here's where, despite all his supposed wisdom, he made his first mistake. He strapped the pot to his front, pressed tightly against his belly. When he tried to climb, the pot, heavy and awkward, kept slamming into the trunk. With every step, there was a slam. He slipped. He stumbled. And frustration soon began to slip in. All that wisdom. And yet, here he was, helpless. Now, watching from below was Anansi's young son, Ntikuma. Ntikuma had never touched the pot. He wasn't supposed to be the wise one. He simply observed his father's frustrated attempts. After a while, Ntikuma called out to his father. "Father, why don't you tie the pot to your back instead? Then it won't get in the way." Anansi rose. The great trickster, the one who believed he held every answer in the world, silenced by the simplicity of his own child's words. For a moment, he just stood there, looking at the pot, looking at Ntikuma, then looking back at the pot. Suddenly, something shifted. The realization hit him hard. Despite everything, despite holding all the wisdom in existence, he hadn't seen the obvious. But his son, his ordinary, unknowing son, and that greatly unsettled Anansi. Disillusioned, angry, maybe even embarrassed, Anansi did what Anansi does best. He acted impulsively. With a furious motion, he ripped the pot from his body and hurled it onto the ground. The pot shattered. 1,000 jagged pieces scattered across the forest. And with them, the wisdom escaped. It drifted through the trees. It sank into the rivers. It settled into the soil. It scattered into the sky. Wisdom was no longer locked away in a pot. It was everywhere. In every leaf, every stone, every quiet whisper between creatures. And just like that, the world changed. Now, I've thought about this story a lot. And I can't help but wonder, even now, how often do we think we hold all the answers? That we've figured it all out? That we are so smart? Only to get stuck, tripping over our own ego, blind to the simple truth right in front of us. And then, sometimes, wisdom comes from the most unexpected places. A small child, a stranger, even a mistake. And it makes you wonder, maybe wisdom was never meant to belong to just one person. Perhaps it was always meant to drift quietly, waiting for those who are actually willing to listen.